Glad you could join us for our news bulletin. My name is Fales Chizombe. The headlines.
Pope Leo XIV meets his pontifical representatives across the globe at the Vatican. Bishop Chifukwa urges Malawians to honor Dr. Saulos Chilima's legacy. Chakwera promotes peace, forgiveness amid misinformation about plane crash. And in other news, outrage in Kenya as autopsy reveals a blogger was strangled in police custody.
We have these and other stories. Stay with us. Apostolic Nuncio and other papal representatives deployed throughout the world met with Pope Leo XIV in the Vatican on Tuesday, as other popes have done at their first meeting with their diplomatic representatives. Pope Leo gifted each with a ring symbolizing their bond to the successor of Peter, which bears the inscription Sub Umbra Petri. Tampions Mara leading a Vatican news report.
The Holy See noted that papal representatives are an image of the Catholic Church and her universality, since they hail from many nations and are sent to represent the Pope throughout the world. The Pope added that no other diplomatic corps is as united in communion and purpose than the Holy See's diplomatic personnel. Speaking off the cuff, the Pope said the Ministry of Pontifical Representatives is irreplaceable, adding that their assistance in choosing candidates for the episcopate is truly essential. In his prepared remarks, Pope Leo expressed his gratitude for their service as he takes the first steps of his patrine ministry, saying he especially appreciates their expertise in understanding issues and situations related to any given country. He commended their pastoral style and spirit of faith and recorded the words of Pope St. Paul VI, who was himself a diplomat. Pope Leo then turned to a biblical image to illustrate the mission of pontifical representatives, pointing to St. Peter's healing of a lame man in the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 3, verse 1 to 10. He said the lame man begging at the gate of the temple seems to represent the lost hope and resignation of humanity, which appears to have lost all joy. The Pope noted that Peter taught the lame man to look at him, indicating that his ministry sought to build relationships just as papal representatives seek to do with states and international organizations. Pope Leo XIV said the Church is ready for anything out of love and is always on the side of the least and the poor. In conclusion, Pope Leo invited his representatives to be missionaries sent by the Pope to be instruments of communion and unity in the service of human dignity.
Bishop Peter Hadrian Chifukwa of Dedza Diocese has urged Malawians to honor late Dr. Saulos Chilima's legacy by embracing the values he held dearly. Speaking during the former Vice President's Memorial Mass area today at MCPA Catholic Parish in Mcheo, Bishop Chifukwa noted that Chilima loved celebrating Mass, promoted tolerance among people, was considerate of others, and emphasized the importance of mind changing. Today marks 1 year since Chilima and 8 others died in a plane crash in the Tumba Forest in Nkara Bay district. After the memorial mass and the laying of leaves, people from all walks of life flocked to the MCP Primary School ground, where further activities took place to celebrate Chilima's life in Chikavumba village, Tradition Authority Kwataine. We are joined live by Robert Edward, who is at MCP Primary Ground.
where the UTM Candlelight Memorial Ceremony was just taking place. It has just been concluded. If you are able to hear the sound from the background, that's one of the musicians, Lulu, performing live. Now let me take you through what transpired right here in Ncheu Nsipe today. We had a memorial mass that was led by Bishop of Dedza Diocese, Bishop Chifukwa. Now after that, he made a very intriguing statement about how he believes Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima should be remembered. He says it should be about mindset change. Now from there was a rain of rapes at the grave of Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima before the lunchtime, and now the event by the party UTM started. Among others, President of the party Dr. Kabambe has revealed that they are going to make Chilima's face to be the symbol of the UTM party in a bid to honor his legacy. Of course, the event was at its climax when every person was asked to write a candle in the memory of late at Ntungwa Forest, which is also known as Shigangawa. He made statements including that he's going to learn the 6 line after late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima. Political parties. For Luntha, this is Robert Edward.
That was Robert Edward, live from CPA primary school ground. Moving on with the news, President Lazarus Chakwera has urged Malawians to live in unity and forgive one another amid misinformation about the 10th June 2024 plane crash. Speaking during a memorial service for Dr. Chilima and 8 others whose lives were claimed by the tragic accident, Chakwera announced the plans to name a 6-lane road after the late Vice President as a tribute to his hard work and dedication. The memorial event was held at Lonjika Taino from Mzimba under the theme The Blessing of Unwavering Patriotism. We have more in this report by Gift Kalunga.
Dr. Chakwera was in Mzimba attending the memorial service of late former Vice President Saulos Klaus Chilima and 8 others who died in a plane crash in Ntungwa around Chikangawa Forest Reserve. Dr. Chakwera asked the country to forgive each other and live in unity after lies about plane crash. He also said that every person who was in the plane that crashed deserves respect because they were important people to both the nation and their families. Dr. Chakwera also said that he will name the 6-lane road after late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima because he deserves respect due to his determination and hardworking spirit.
Chifukwa chimenecho mabaja onsewa ine ndavayitana paokha kuti ndimve kuti miyoyo yawo ili bwanji ndipo madandaulo awo onsewo ndawamva.
Archbishop of Lilongwe Archdiocese, Most Reverend George Desmond Tambala, said that he has been asking himself why God allows good people to suffer and assured the bereaved families that God is with them. Archbishop Tambala also said that it is very important to heal from the pains of that tragedy, plane crash.
The anger was in a way diffused and very difficult to define what we were angry about. But sometimes when we are grieving, we can also feel very angry. It will take anger at some people.
Minister of Local Government, Unity and Culture Richard Chimwendubanda said that his ministry will establish a memorial park that will serve as a remembrance of late Chirima's works to the nation.
This site here deserves to be established as a site of memory to honor the late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima and 8 others. Therefore, there is a need.
Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima was born on 12 February 1973. He was the 16th Vice President of Republic of Malawi. He died on 10th June 2024 together with late First Lady Chanel Zimbiri, Lucas Kapeni, Chisomo Chimanen, Dan Kanyemba, Abdulapken, Colonel Owen Sambalopa, Major Flora Seleman, and Major Wells Aydin. May their souls continue resting in peace. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
Political expert Victor Libofia has urged the youth to emulate Chirima's example by taking an active role in politics. Today, 10th June 2025, Malawians are remembering the late Vice President Saulos Chirima and 8 others who tragically lost their lives in a plane crash in the Tungwa Forest in Nkata Bay in June 2024, noting that today will forever be etched in the country's history as a somber reminder of the loss of a beloved leader and his companions. Chibofia believes that Chirima's legacy should continue to serve as a powerful inspiration for the youth to get involved in shaping their country's future. Emmanuel Chocha with the details.
In an interview, Victor Chibofia said Chirima was a visionary leader who brought new perspective to Malawian politics and was not afraid to stand up for what he believed in. He emphasized that the upcoming elections present an opportunity for young people to participate in high-level positions and shape the country's future.
Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima believed in that. He believed in the dream of all of us Malawians, especially young people. I remember several conversations I had with him personally, and he always encouraged me to say, Victor, always make sure that you put the people's aspirations and dreams at heart to make sure that we achieve the best for our country. So as we remember Dr. Saulos Klaus Chirima today, may his soul continue to rest in peace, and the 8 others who rested with him on that day, may we start to think and reflect on how we're going to handle the elections that we're going to have in the next couple of months ahead of us.
Chirima's legacy is marked by his commitment to economic development, environmentalism, physical fitness, and sports participation. As a Minister of Economic Planning and Development, he worked tirelessly to promote sustainable and inclusive development in Malawi. His advocacy against corruption in politics also earned him respect from many. The plane crash that claimed Chirima's life on June 10, 2024 was a national tragedy that shocked Malawians. Alongside Chirima, 8 others lost their lives, including former First Lady Patricia Chanel Zimbiri, Colonel Owen Sambalopa, Major Flora Selemani, Major Waris Ardini, Lucas Kapeni, and Dan Kanyemba. As Malawians commemorate the anniversary of Chirima's passing, they are also celebrating his life and legacy. Chibofia believed that Chirima's memory serves as a reminder to the youth to take an active role in shaping the country's future. He encouraged young people to emulate Chirima's passion and commitment to public service.
Remember, you're watching Luntha News coming to you live from Bishop Navy Media Center in Area 2, Lilongwe. Before we proceed, another look at the headlines.
Pope Leo XIV meets his pontifical representatives across the globe at the Vatican. Bishop Chifupa urges Malawians to honor Dr. Saulos Chirima's legacy. Chakwera promotes peace, forgiveness amid misinformation about plane crash. And in other news, outrage in Kenya as autopsy reveals a broker was strangled in police custody.
Moving on with the news, the Alliance for Democracy, AFOD, has officially distanced itself from recent remarks made by its Vice President, Timothy Mtambo, regarding potential electoral alliance with the Malawi Congress Party. According to AFOD Publicity Secretary Ani Amatula Malua, Mtambo's comments are personal opinions and do not reflect the party's stance. Patrick Pupa has more in this report.
Recently, a former civil society organization president and ex-cabinet minister, in his capacity as AFOD Vice President Timothy Mtambo, stated that the Alliance for Democracy AFOD is open to partnering with any political party, including the Malawi Congress Party MCP, ahead of September 16, 2025 elections. Mtambo suggested that if MCP or DPP has a suitable framework or manifesto addressing Malawians' challenges, AFOD could consider collaboration. However, AFOD Publicity Secretary Ani Amatula Malua quickly dismissed Mtambo's comments, stating that the party will make a formal announcement on the matter soon.
So far, I can say that the Alliance for Democracy AFOD will come to Malawians and inform Malawians which political parties we are going into alliance as we are coming towards this general election. And whatever Comrade Timothy Mtambo spoken on that interview, it is his own.
In 2020, AFOD was part of the Tonse Alliance, which included MCP, and won the presidential elections.
The Malawi Electoral Commission (MEC) has scheduled meetings for aspiring candidates set to take place on Wednesday, June 11, 2025. In an interview, MEC spokesperson Sangwan Mafriwa said the meeting will be held at the council level and are open to all candidates, whether they plan to contest on a party ticket or as independents. Charity Chilanga with the details.
Mafriwa said that the meetings aim to guide candidates through the nomination process, code of conduct and payment of nomination fees. He said aspiring candidates can attend any meeting convenient for them, regardless of their intended constituency. Mafriwa disclosed that during the meetings, MEC will provide information on the nomination process and filling out nomination papers, the code of conduct during the nomination period, and the payment of nomination fees and collection of nomination papers. According to Mafriwa, payment of nomination fees is being done at FDH Bank using two types of deposit slips, one for local government elections and another one for presidential and parliamentary elections. He urged candidates to fill out the deposit slips correctly and submit them to the council office, after which they will be issued nomination papers.
Where they are, regardless of where they wish to contest. On the same, we are reminding all the aspirants that we have opened up for payment of nomination fees and also collection of nomination papers. So payment of nomination fees is being...
The country will hold elections on September 16, 2025, and these meetings are a crucial step in the electoral process, ensuring that all aspiring candidates are well prepared and informed.
The agricultural sector needs to urgently focus on productivity over land expansion if Malawi is to meet its food needs in 2025 and beyond. This is according to agricultural expert Felix Jumbe, who says relying on traditional farming methods and land-fed agriculture will not be enough to prevent hunger. Jumbe has emphasized that most of Malawian farmland is already under cultivation, and the only way forward is to improve yields using technology, improved seed genetics, fertilizer, and irrigation. Judy Fongan spoke to Jumbe.
So we are talking about adopting new technologies that will enhance productivity. And these technologies are, one, fertilizer is a critical ingredient for nutrients. Seed for genetics. There are two critical ingredients that we need for us to increase productivity of our land, so that we are able to produce massively more than what we need actually from the same land. South Africa is producing 15 million metric tons of maize. We are producing only 2.5 million metric tons of maize from the same land. So basically we have a big problem on productivity.
And news from elsewhere, protests erupted in Nairobi on Monday and Tuesday over the death of Kenyan blogger Albert Owang, who was found dead after being in custody at the location on Sunday. According to the police, he injured himself by banging his head against the wall in his cell. However, an autopsy conducted on Tuesday indicated that Owang was strangled in police custody. Tondo Zumara reading an African news report.
According to government pathologist Dr. Bernard Media, Ojwang sustained multiple injuries consistent with assault, not self-harm. Ojwang was arrested on Friday in Homa Bay, Western Kenya, and driven 400 kilometers to the capital, Nairobi, said fellow activists during a news conference outside the Nairobi funeral home, where they came to pay their respects to the family. The group says his post about the Deputy Police Chief Eliud Lagat on X was the reason for his arrest. Kenya Police said that the Independent Policing Oversight Authority had launched an investigation into the incident. Police Inspector General Douglas Kanja said that officers who were on duty when Ojwang died in custody would also not be returning to work while they await the outcome of the investigations. Amnesty Kenya also said in a statement that Ojwang's arrest raises serious questions and that the results of the IPOA report must be made public and any officers found responsible must be held fully accountable. Ojwang's death continues to spark outrage online and has renewed calls for protests to demand accountability from the government. This incident comes almost 1 year after several activists and protesters were killed and abducted by the Kenya police during the finance bill protests in 2024. Economic frustration remains high despite the proposed taxes being scrapped last year.
That's about what we had time for in this edition of the news. So before we leave you, another look at the headlines.
Pope Leo XIV meets his pontifical representatives across the globe at the Vatican. Bishop Chifupa urges Malawians to honor Dr. Saulos Chilima's legacy. Chakwera promotes peace, forgiveness amid misinformation about plane crash. And in other news, outrage in Kenya as autopsy reveals a blogger was strangled in police custody.
I've been Fales Jazambi. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.
Nachi chidziwitso kupita kwa atsikana mwali ndi khumbo lofuna kukhala asisteri mu chipani cha asisteri a Divine Providence. Kudzakhala mpindikiro wa atsikana mwali ndi khumbo lofuna kulowa usisteri